Where do we find Alex when the next season
Oh,
starts?
it's so exciting. Well, at the end of the third, there was this question for her of like, wow, everybody else is technically dead, which is the world, you know, they're hiding, and Alex is the only one who is can be out in public and has a kind of a large responsibility that goes along with her name. And she was really struggling with that kind of concept, and now the division has come to an end. So with season 4, it's a little bit of a time later, but not very much, and she's going to be really embracing that. She works for the UN, and her goal is, as Alexandra Udinov, you know, not the glitzy paparazzi kind of using this as a cover. She's embracing it and accepting it and using it to her advantage, which is to take down human trafficking. So that's kind of her public persona during the day, and then at night fights crime and spyware and kicks some ass. You know what I mean?
How excited are you for the last 6 episodes in terms of wrapping up your character and bringing, I mean, because your character had a really big journey throughout the past 3 years.
Yeah, I know. I mean, I feel like Alex has been through quite a lot in the last 4 years. The question was, how do I feel about it coming to an end?
Yeah, wrapping it all up and where you want to see.
I feel very blessed that we know that it's the end and that it's not another season where we're kind of like every year we've had, where you're just kind of like, I don't know. And so the storylines and the writers kind of set up for a possible next season, and I feel like for this year we've got 6 and we get to like tie up all these storylines, and I think it's kind of awesome. So I hope for Alex, to be more specific, but she's happy. I mean, with all the drama and death that's been around her life, I kind of like that she's starting to really embrace who she is, and hopefully that will help her get happy.
I think you're the first person that sat down today that said they wanted their character to end up happy. Everyone has said everyone has said they don't think there's a happy ending for their character.
Well, I will be honest, I don't know if there's a happy ending for the show. Like, I'm sure someone's gonna die. And by the way, I really have no idea. I'm not just saying that I have no idea, I literally have no idea. So I don't think, Nikita it's a show and a franchise that is all about struggle and survival and fight for the goodness of evil and like all that stuff. So who knows? Maybe I'm just being too optimistic, I don't know.
What would be your ideal for Alex's happy ending?
I'd like to see her not struggling so much with things. You know, I think that over one theme that there's been many themes, but one theme that she has had is accepting who she is because of her past. And I remember I was just talking at the panel today about, I think it was season 1 or 2, where she was with Vladimir, who was actually the guy that was her, the guy who held her captive in the human trafficking, the brothel basically. And she pulled a gun on him and said, I am Alexandra Udinov. And it was the first time she was like, just said it and was like, fuck you. Sorry, I don't know if I can swear, but like that's what she was saying. And so, this theme has kind of come along, and now she's older. There's been years that have passed, and I feel like she's ready to just accept it. So I'm looking forward to it.
Alex has kind of lost her family, and then now Nikita's left, who was her surrogate family. How is she dealing with Nikita being out?
Yeah, I don't know. I think that if this had happened a couple years ago, it'd be very different. I feel like because it was like they were so tied together, because Alex was young and just in every emotional way. And then, Alex became her own person, and then suddenly they were like, I don't believe in this, and I don't believe in this. And at the end of the day, they were totally on the same page and wanted the same thing, but they just couldn't see eye to eye. Which, like any sister relationship or family relationship, that happens. You love someone so much, you just want to fucking strangle them. And I think that's kind of what was happening in this 3rd season. And so for the 4th, it's going to be a lot of trying to find her and get her back to reality of like, she left because she loves us all, but you're just hurting us at the end of the day, you know?
You think she's gonna be the one that gets through to Nikita? Bring her back?
I don't know, honestly. I don't know. I think maybe if anyone is that person, it's Michael. But who knows? I don't know.
And how did it feel to kind of, open that, first last script, the season premiere for this year? I mean, did you get emotional about it, or what was your feeling?
I don't know. When it first came in my email box, I was like, oh yay! Because we've been off for 2.5 months, so I was like, oh my gosh, I get to go back to work, and I was so excited. And then I read it, and it was like as if no time had passed. I was like, as if I was just in the middle of a season, because it really does feel. Kristen Rydell wrote it, who's one of our best writers. She's fantastic, and it just kind of feels like you're right back in the middle of things. It doesn't feel like time has passed. You know what I mean? It's just kind of you're like right into it again. So it was good.
A lot of shows don't get closure, they just get canceled.
Yeah.
How important is it for you that you get a chance to say goodbye to this character and end it on a, where there's some closure for you and for your character?
It's really important, and I feel like, again, like I said, it just doesn't happen very often, and so I feel like every one of the cast and all the writers and producers, we all feel like this is awesome. Like it's like we're so fortunate about it. We can't even be sad that it's over because we're like, thank God we know, and we can just go out with a bang. You know what I mean?
Thanks, you guys.
Thanks a lot.